Well, there I am in the reflection. Obviously, it's after hours here at the shop. And I would assume I've made some kind of thumbnail that describes what this video is about. And you may recognize the title from a couple years ago. If you've been a channel subscriber for a while, you might remember that a few years ago, we had a copyright claim from NASCAR. Actually, we had several. Got them handled. Things have been quiet for a few years. Until now. So, I'm going to tell you guys about it. Show you the ridiculousness of it. And just some general commentary on my thoughts of the situation. And maybe you guys can comment and let me know what you think about it as well. Let's get through the intro and get down to business. So, we're going to dig in and go a little behind the scenes from my desk. So, as you saw the title of the video, and maybe gathered from the intro there, NASCAR, or at least somebody called the NASCAR Media Group, claimant NASCAR Media Group, has made a copyright claim on my video. So obviously this is kind of some behind the scenes stuff that you guys may not know about from YouTubing stuff. And with the exception of like Freedom Plus footage that they allow us to use in our videos, I don't use any footage from any other video channel, TV show, nothing. Every bit of footage on my videos, like I said, with the exception of the Freedom Plus stuff, comes from my cameras or my guys' cameras that work for me. And maybe my girlfriend too. She helps me out with videos from her phone or camera while we're at an event somewhere, just putting it all out there. It's kind of funny. I was digging through some, side note, rabbit trail. Digging through some of my old stuff from my parents' house the other day, middle school awards, high school awards. And when I graduated in 1999, Keystone Heights High School in Keystone Heights, Florida, I received the senior superlative, most honest person in my class, I guess, or whatever. I don't know. I should take a picture of it and put it in here. I will try to do that if I can remember when I get home. But anyway, I'm just telling you guys, I said all that to say that telling you guys all the footage that I use in my videos comes from my cameras, guys that work for me, or my girlfriend. That is where all of our footage comes from. My phone, my GoPros, Insta360, etc. So, for NASCAR Media Group to come after me, I'm going to make a video about it because it takes a good bit of time to, come up with a reply to YouTube. And not only does your response go to YouTube, it also goes to the claimant of the dispute. So they say that content found from 12 minutes and 50 seconds to 14 minutes and 58 seconds in my video, and this is where we're at. So you can see we're at 12 minutes and 56 seconds. They want to say that is their footage. So obviously this is some footage from Lee Saunders in his Viper. Let's see, I brought up the thumbnail of the video. So that's the thumbnail of the video. It's pretty blurry if you really get in and look at it up close. It's from 2021. Yeah, let's see, we got, where's the video, the views on this video? 46,000 views. So, you know, certainly there's been a little bit of YouTube revenue from this video, but pretty much the vast majority, 99.5% of your YouTube revenue comes in the first, usually the first 24 hours, but let's just say the first week. And then from then on, at least on my channel with my videos and how they stack out and how the viewership goes with them. Day one, big. Day two, a third of that number, and then they just trail off from there till, you know, it's just onesies and twosies on all the videos from then on, as far as views go. So, you know, here we are. We're back to 12 minutes and 54 seconds on the video. And we'll just show you another clip. Now, hopefully, they don't try to copyright claim me again. But you'll see, you know, we've got the hood of a Viper here. That's the front fenders over there and there. We've got a rear camera from the Viper there. We've got all this stuff here. We're at Road Atlanta. You know, it's the Road Atlanta track layout. It's got some Trans Am stuff. It's got my text on there, and it's got KSR logo. And then it obviously sounds like a Viper. You can definitely tell that is a V10 screaming down the backstretch at Road Atlanta. Down into 10A. Oh, this just makes me want to go racing. Gotta admit. Vroom, 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 vroom. Okay, so let's go back to the claim. So basically, they say that I took footage. The content that I used was from the 2022 Fox Factory 120. Now, 2022. My video was posted in 2021. So, see anything? Tow Racing, Trans Am, Road Atlanta, 2021, Lee Saunders. Things got ugly. I don't even know what happens in the video because I don't remember. That's a long time ago. I could watch my video and find out. So, YouTube, NASCAR, AI, watching. How could I have stolen footage or used footage in 2021 that did not get created until 2022? Now, just because I was very curious of what, you know, I would assume it's probably AI that is tracking this stuff. So I went and I uploaded the video. 2022 Fox Factory 120. They got 178,000 views. Pretty good for an IMSA race. NASCAR owns IMSA, if you guys didn't know that. And no, we're not going to do that. Nuh-uh. Even though I love me some IMSA racing. I do. I like road racing. I like NASCAR. I like drag racing. I like rallycross. I like racing. If it involves racing. I like it. I like boat racing. I like motocross. In fact, I just went out to the motocross track by the house that I grew up at, out between Newberry and High Springs. It's called Gatorback. They just had a big event this past weekend. They always have one every year around Thanksgiving. Anyways, rabbit trail. I like racing. But if you want to claim some junk that I stole some footage, NASCAR/IMSA, with your 1.17 million subscribers, coming after my couple of bucks of YouTube revenue. I mean, this thing is literally not even generating pennies per day. But it's really the principle that kind of aggravates me and why I'm making this video, to expose a little bit of NASCAR. Because if you guys pay much attention to what's going on in the news these days, NASCAR is in court with 2311 and Front Row Motorsports for some antitrust, allegedly, potentially, I don't know, some antitrust monopolistic practices, from what I gather from watching other commenters in the NASCAR sphere. So, this has got to be generated by some kind of program, right? Like, there's no way that a video that is generating, let's see, I need to find the analytics on that video. Hold on a second. Let's see if we can find that. Well, so also one of the things I went after, I went and watched their video. Not all of it, but I skimmed through to look for any onboard footage. And the only footage that, so you can see on this onboard footage, it always has that Volt racing. So there's a bunch of in-car footage from that car. Obviously, that doesn't look like our footage. There's a car in the wall. Ooh, there's some damage. Another in-car section. There's a different car, but I watched that and it's not even close. But anyway, late in the video, we are at an hour and 59 here. There's this one little section where the car's coming into 10A at Road Atlanta, just like we are in the Viper. But obviously you can tell the graphics are all different. They got junk all over their windshield. It's where their windshield protector has been dinged by rocks and rubber, and you know, we don't have any of that on the Viper. So, you know, we've got Viper noises. Yep, Viper noises. And then we have this. Not Viper noises. Now, I'm not gonna use too much of their footage, because then they might actually legitimately have a copyright claim against me. But maybe this is under fair use because it's commentary on stuff, you know, related to their video. That's a rabbit hole I haven't been down as far as fair use and how all that goes with stuff. But you would think, I would think, personal opinion, this is a waste of their resources. You know, and kind of the gist that I've gotten, and of course, again, this is my opinion, kind of the gist that I have gotten with the lawsuit stuff is NASCAR and their higher ups, the guys running the show, they want to control everything that has to do with stock car racing, apparently road racing, because they're copyright claiming me. But when it comes to their lawsuit with Front Row Motorsports and 2311, there was even a clause in the charter agreement that they wanted, and most of the teams did sign, that said that you will not sue us. If you sign this agreement, basically no matter what we do, you can't sue us. That's how I understand it. Kind of an idiot when it comes to legal stuff, but you know, I've watched some YouTube videos. You can learn a lot on YouTube. Anyways, kind of seems to me like this is really a waste of their resources to be coming after people like me. Because I'm sure if it's happened to me, I mean, it's overcast. Okay, that's the same. It does have a red fender, you know, but it's not, you can tell it's not the same. Like my camera, centered on the car, fender. Their camera, offset to one side, camera not centered on the car. Like we're in the passenger seat of this car. And this is from the interior because that's the dash. This is from the roof, looking down at the front end of the car, the hood. But NASCAR, stay in your lane. Both when it comes to your lawsuit stuff with 2311 and Front Row Motorsports, and with other content creators who are posting racing from tracks that you also go to. You might own the racetrack. Now maybe when we go to these events, maybe we're, you know, they make you sign those paperworks, that stuff. Maybe there's something in there that says you cannot use footage from this racetrack without our approval. That might be the one leg they've got to stand on. However, that is not what the claim is for, because literally, if we go over here to my video, you know, they're claiming this section from 12 minutes and 50 seconds-ish to somewhere in here. Obviously, that's all onboard footage. But look at how much other onboard footage I got. That's still onboard footage. That's still onboard footage. Still in car. Oh, that's me. That's the other cars we're racing with. Oh, more onboard footage. More onboard footage. More. Oh, me again. More onboard. Nope, just kidding. So they claimed, you know, a section in here-ish. Didn't claim any of the other stuff. Didn't claim any of this footage. Well, that's me. They wouldn't want to claim my footage. But what happens when there's a dispute about a video is the current monetization of the video, like right now it's kind of in limbo. It's not going to anybody. If it was footage that I stole from them, they would get the money from when they disputed it onward. Now, like I said, this video has not generated a lot of views here lately. Now, maybe you guys go watch it. Well, this is me looking at my video. So in the last 48 hours, there's been one view. Whoo! They might get half a penny worth of revenue. Tell you what, I'll make more on this video than they would have on the claiming of my video. So, this is the kind of stuff we deal with as YouTubers. And I mean, yes, I am a YouTuber. Business owner. Above YouTuber, I would say. Although for this month, you know, like I probably have announced by now, we're going to try and go a video every day in December. Shoo, that's going to be a new one on me. But, you know, I've had copyright claims for music for a while there, a couple of years ago. Every single video I put up, like right after it was put up, would get a music claim on it. And it was music that came with my editing program. At least the one I was using back then. Bought, paid for, had the licenses, but another company had claimed that music as their own, and I went down a rabbit hole on that with researching how they were making a claim on the audio content, the music, when it was purchased with, it was basically like somebody took a song that they didn't create, but they claimed it as their own and put it in their music catalog and then tried to make copyright claims on it. And they were doing it to a ton of people. I remember talking to Clay Milliken about it. He got hammered with a bunch of them, and he ended up changing his music. He had to go back and edit out a bunch of music from his intro, I think it was, even though it was like not anybody else's music that he had pirated from anybody else. No, the same kind of situation. Wasn't their content, but they were claiming it as their own and then starting disputes. And this stuff can eat up hours of your time when it comes to trying to prove that you own the footage that you're posting, you own the music, or you have a license to use the music that you're posting. So hopefully you guys found that interesting. It's definitely a frustration that we have to deal with sometimes. And being that it was a NASCAR thing again, and the last time it was completely off base, just like this one. I will say that the last one that they copyright claimed me on, it was at least during the same weekend that they were at Road America. That was one of the videos that they claimed, is when we were at Road America as the warm-up race for the NASCAR Cup Series, being at Road America. I think they did that for 2 years. And we were like the Sunday morning, early morning race, and they were Sunday prime time, 1, 2, 3 o'clock, whatever it was. But that's the situation. I'm going down swinging just because it's the principle. If I were to roll over, and I feel like whenever it's like, if somebody copyright claims you, let's just say they copyright claim 100 people, and it might be a situation like I'm in where there's really not a lot of monetization, not much revenue being generated from this video at this point. But if out of those 100 people, say 2 people dispute it, then I think that legitimizes their future claims, potentially. I mean, I know if that were my situation, or if, I was put in the situation of having to make that judgment call on, well, they made 100 claims against something and only 2 came back false. Okay, well, I would tend to side with them. But I'm going to be one of those 2, which hopefully it's way more than 2. I'm going to be one of those people that disputes it because it's not right. So, anyways, you guys know I can yap on and on and on. But I hope you found that interesting. I will give you an update. They have days to respond now. Now that I've filed a dispute back, they have days to respond. And then if they don't respond, I think within 30 days, YouTube automatically drops the claim, and I can keep my pennies that they would have earned during that time frame. Anywho, thank you all so much for watching, subscribing, following along. Let's see how many videos we can get in December, and see you in the next one.